back at it again. The Talking Heads, Super Sports Media. I'm here, Richard DeLeon, and I'm here with my boys.
Italy.
Mike Daniel Jr.
And it's been a while since we've been together because I've been all over the place. Last week, my mom had some health issues as well, and I'm glad to be back here with you guys. This is my mental health break. Get to talk sports with you guys, and it's rare that you get to hang out with guys that you really care about and you really feel have your back and you have their backs back as well. So man, I appreciate you guys. Happy to be back here, guys.
We gotta get you a backwards hat.
No, hold on.
Like, looking at the screen.
I don't want nobody to think I'm counting on my name. Okay, listen. Hold on. When I go like this, because my face on the dark complexion, okay? When I go like this, you ain't seeing nothing. You ain't seeing nothing right there. You ain't getting none of this.
Isn't that dark? Because mine does the same thing. So it's not a matter of light skin or dark skin.
But the glass is kind of... No, don't pull it all the way down. I'm trying to bring it down more.
The
there
brim.
You go, see? That's how
but yours is pulled down.
That's
if
how
I put
rock
mine
my
where
head.
you're... I do too.
Bend. You got the straight. You the straight guy. So yes.
Because it's always to the back.
Yes.
But we got to get you one, Rich.
So for the show purposes.
Okay, he'll go blinkies.
All right. So I got my blenders on right now. I don't need the backwards hat. I got my prime.
They look good.
My Deion Sanders prime blenders that Italy was kind enough to buy me. I appreciate it.
Like you ready for a weekend at Bernie's.
Man, I'm ready for.
Those are new ones too.
Oh my goodness! All right.
Those are new ones.
These are new ones. These are new primes. This is this year.
Yeah, that's this year.
I noticed that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I noticed that. Yeah. So what's going on, fellas? What's going on in your world, Mike? I know we always like to lead off with what's going on at the Sportsplex and what you got going.
No, Mike Daniel chilling today. I'm gonna chime in later. Y'all got it today.
Don't you guys tournament coming up? So we got West Coast starting this Friday.
These are things going on.
Yeah, come on. Let's put it out there. What you got? Friday night league starts this Friday.
Actually started this last week. This week is second week.
Oh, it's the second week. Okay. And then we got the high school.
24 teams rocking and rolling. This Sunday is the end of season for the high school.
End of season for now.
And then get release all those kids to their high school season. As you know,
that starts
practice open up in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yes.
2 weeks. The event in town this weekend is the big Hoops for Hopes tourney that Premier Athletics and now Road to Nationals, they're joined in running that event. That's the big one that's going on this weekend for a phenomenal cause, breast cancer awareness.
Yes.
That is the big event on the town this coming weekend.
Well, I will humbly say that's one thing you've kind of, I have an ego sometimes, and you kind of check that ego back about 4 years ago. I was AD lead at the time, and you let me know that some of these events that happen for these causes, you saw where the money actually went to, and this is one of the causes this weekend, if I'm correct. That's again, all the proceeds are going where they're supposed to go.
That is accurate.
So this is one weekend that I make sure I support whoever supports that, and make sure that I know that the money's going to the right people, and say thank you. And I hope you guys have a great weekend this weekend, and all the teams that y'all need, you met your quota, and I hope you pack out.
Yeah, Rick Perales about 6 years ago started this event, and then last year Devin Judkins of Road to Nationals joined in with him to make it an even more phenomenal event, and so they've been doing a phenomenal job.
Well, for me, it's just about the money being raised.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
That's what it's all about, honestly. Yes. If you have anyone out there that had suffered from not just breast cancer, but cancer period, there's never a known treatment or cause to how to fix cancer yet. We haven't done that yet. So for me, if someone's giving back to organizations that need the money, hey man, I would definitely 1000% support that.
Facts.
Support that. So
and I'm loving what the NFL is doing nowadays too. It's not just breast cancer anymore. It's catch the cure or catch really, and they have different colors. I think every type of cancer has its own color. Like breast cancer is that pink, and their hats have all the multicolors and all that. And they're kind of doing it for every cancer out there because there's so many different types of cancer, and
it is.
And I'm just glad that organizations like Premier and Road to Nationals and all the guys like Mike Daniel, everybody that's involved in these tournaments when they do things for a good cause. I'm just so proud of of these organizations. I'm proud to be a part part of it whenever I am.
And that's why I make sure I give my kudos to that because, again, it's big. It's big. We got a lot going on. And when Michael told me that, hey, man, no, for this one I know I've been behind the scenes. All the money went to the right person. So I was like, hey, I'll make sure I try to support that one as much as we can.
Yes, sir.
So what else you got? Anything else?
No,
No?
nothing else.
Follow Through's not playing anywhere?
They're playing in the Hoops for Hope tournament.
Okay.
That's great. That's
All
great.
right.
And you got some basketball you're going to be keeping track of this.
Listen, I got a
this
fun-filled weekend, man. I started off, I was asked and got invited to an event, to a middle school combine. You know, I love dealing with middle schoolers. And the reason why is because, to me, that's where you find out where kids really want to do with basketball. Do they want to just be the basketball guy, or they want to use basketball, take it to the next level? And so I got invited to Ball Hard and what they're doing up there with Sean Hardiman and what he's doing. He's asked me to come and write about the kids that's going to be there. We don't have a lot of kids. Again, he caps it to like 40 kids, so he keeps the number real low so we can get real good evaluations done on the kids that's coming out and just to kind of put notice on those guys. Then we also have Tim Littlefield is doing his event, his high school event, where, you know, we're going to be part of that also. We're going to follow a few games there, and I'll just name those games real quick. Again, we can't be everywhere because it's only a few of us, you know what I'm saying? It's only a few of us. So we got the Sotomayor versus Clemens. That's going to be at 10. Then you got Jefferson versus Southwest. You got Reagan versus Clemens. Wagner versus Warren. Antonian versus Judson. Brennan versus Colleen Ellison. Wagner versus O'Connor. Brackenridge versus Steele. Steele versus Ellison. And that'll be the last game. So I think I'm gonna make like the last game or two, but I'm burning up 35 to make sure I try to do my best cover both events. I got somebody to cover, so
yeah.
So we're gonna be busy. Then Sunday we have the high school fall league going on, hosted by Tim Littlefield. Again, I keep telling you guys out there, one of the writers for not just Central Texas, but San Antonio's Tim Littlefield. Please, when you see him in the building, just go up to him and say hello. Introduce yourself if you don't know him, because he is a guy you must know. Again, he's our writer.
Yep.
So to bring attention to that, you got to know who your writer is. You got to know who the guy's doing all the evaluations on us. And at the same time, he's a guy you got to know.
Definitely, you got to make sure you know the right people. Definitely. So this week, I just, after last week, this week, what I'm really trying to do is make sure I don't say anything controversial, get myself in trouble. Last week.
You didn't get in trouble, man.
Last week I turned a little bit into Mike Daniel, a little bit, and I've been hanging around Mike a little bit too much because I'm starting to really put it out there, and so this week I'm gonna go a little bit softer.
All right.
I'm gonna go a little bit softer.
No, man, it's just if it's out there, if it's something you want to kind of talk on, speak on, that's the whole platform. The opportunity for you to, hey guys, why are we doing this?
Yeah. To put the right attention on the right kids and every kid in San Antonio, hopefully. Exactly. So I've been kind of reflecting a little bit, and both of you guys have been at this for a little bit. I've been reflecting, and what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to change up the way that I'm going to approach off-season training and such while these kids are getting ready for school ball.
Mm-hmm.
What I've noticed is I'm starting to see a lot of kids that not that are associated with me or any of us three here, but I'm seeing kids turn up with injuries and not at the schools. They're not doing it during the athletic period or during the weights or the open gym at the schools. They're doing it at their where they go train or whatever in the evenings. And just wanted to get your all's take on off-season training. I mean, like I said, I keep mine pretty non-contact, and try to keep my kids safe. I don't want them getting hurt, but just wanted to hear your all's thoughts on that. particular, subject there.
Go ahead, Mike.
You
Chip
first,
sauce.
you first, you tell it.
No, I'm always last. Go ahead. Oh, that's definitely gonna be last then. he did that.
Yeah, he adjusted his seat
Yeah,
and everything.
he had the. He's going deep. He going deep. I'm turning my mic off.
I 1000% agree with the non-contact aspect. For me, I think it's the other factors that are playing factors into these injuries. Proper stretching, that's number one. Like, who is actually stretching, right? Are they stretching before workouts, after workouts, right? What are they doing throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the weekends with their bodies, as far as rest, as far as nutrition? All of that plays a factor. And in this day and age, high schoolers are pretty much grown-ups. These kids are taking care of themselves. They're with their buddies, riding to practices and eating wherever they go. They got their own debit cards, their own money. And not saying that parents aren't involved, but it's more freedom the older the kid gets and less parental involvement that typically would have a hand in things of that nature. And so it all matters. I had a kid fracture a growth plate on a 5-man weave drill, where everybody gets to shoot. Came down wrong. No deacons, no cons on one of my 8th graders and fractured his growth plate. And so, injuries are going to happen, right? But there's so many other factors that play a part in it, And I think the biggest one that I've seen with my kids is the stretching aspect. Run right in the gym, put on shoes, and go right into doing something, And so it's unfortunate because you love your kids coming to the lab to get extra work. Like, we have carved out space and time at the Sportsplex. Owner Eddie Dahl and Director of Operations Pat Altamirano, has allowed, us to carve out space just for them. Like, if kids just want to come up and shoot 200 free throws, work on some ball handling, work on some, mid-range or whatever, just to come and get shots up. But when injuries happen, I don't want to say it's on the trainers, right? Because you want to provide it. What do we always ask kids? What are you doing outside of your mandated school time, right? And so when a kid is reaching out and want to come to the gym and get some work, we don't want to be the ones to tell them no. We want them to come to us. We don't want them going elsewhere. We want to take care of our kids. So the way I feel on it is, non-contact, especially for our high school players, right? Making sure that they're safe. Varsity players, freshman, JV, still got work, but definitely varsity players, non-contact during this time when they're coming to us, and just do your best to keep them safe. Like I said, injuries are they're fickle, faded, and unfortunate, and just pray.
I'm starting to do a little bit of research myself on the stretching, warming up, stuff like that. I read an interesting article, and I have to, unless you've already heard about it, I'll print it out. But I read an article that said that you should do dynamic warm-ups before a workout and stretch afterwards. That article was saying that you shouldn't stretch before because that introduces the opportunity for soft tissue injuries. Have you read anything like that, or maybe I just want to make sure that I'm reading the right stuff?
That's a great read, and that's a nugget that with this platform we got to share that.
Yeah.
Because I know I hated track practice and cross country practice because of the before and after. Right. What we had to do before the workout and after workout. I hated track and cross country practice. But that information that you got, that's something that we got to put out. You know what I'm saying? That is a platinum nugget that we got to share that.
Yeah.
We got to share
that.
So
I'm still doing research on it because I want to make sure, because I know there was a time last summer, so not 2024 or 2023, we used to stretch. We used to do static stretching, and one of our kids pulled an oblique at practice. And I did some research back then, kind of try to figure some things out. I've been really kind of digging into that part of it. And recently I did come across an article that said you should do dynamic warm up before and then the stretching after. So I'm gonna keep researching that, and hopefully I come up with a little bit more out there and we can share that out.
What you got, Italy?
Unfortunately, that's the hard part about making sure everyone kind of is on the same sheet of music as far as the high school, the AAU program, and your individual trainer. And that's where, it's the parents' responsibility, the players' responsibility, and due diligence to make sure all three match up. I think when we first started this show, I've always said the AAU program needs to be talking to the high school program. And then the trainer needs to talk to the AAU program or embedded or somewhere along the way to where as though everybody needs to be talking to each other. So it's a full circle so little Eric doesn't get hurt. So little Eric's not doing some things that he shouldn't be doing or trying to do at a practice to where as though we know. And then you got to add on, is little Eric a varsity player? So now little Eric's going to a tryout or to a practice or a training session when he's doing one-on-ones when he knows he shouldn't be doing one-on-ones right now.
Right.
He should be improving his skill set to do some things where I know, trainers will tell you, well, hey, some one-on-ones are important. And I'm not saying they're not, and you're right, but the give back of that one-on-one has to be different. It can't partner with a kid that doesn't have the same skill level or skill set, and then that's where you get yourself in trouble, I believe. So just my opinion about it, I just think it's just all about, you can't prevent some injuries, unfortunately, because, who's to say that, hey, I'm doing a layup drill and I blow my knee. I do it in high school practice, though. Who's to say where it came from? Yeah. So it's just, goes back to Mike and yourself saying, take care of your body. Take care of your body. That's why I always say, rest is so important. Getting proper sleep is so important. Eating the right food where, hey man, I know I'm not going to try to fib to anybody and say, hey, I eat the best foods I'm supposed to eat. But again, when we're talking about that athlete, yes, that fuel for that body, they have to eat. They have to eat better than us. And then yes, we become the hypocrites because we're saying eat this right food, but then you catch us over at McDonald's ordering that number one, the Big Mac with the fries and the Coke. I might get a Diet Coke, by the way. I'm going to get a Coke.
At Pluckers, getting the hot lemon pepper.
Exactly. Get 15. Instead of getting a 6, you're getting a 15. Well, we know I don't need to eat 15 wings. But at the same time, with all that being said, it's just some things are you try to prevent. It's part of the game, unfortunately. But again, if you try to take as many precautions as you can, you can try to eliminate some of it. Like proper stretching is important. Where a lot of the guys, we did an interview with 2 of his guys, and they praised stretching, the importance of warming up properly and just making sure, sleep. Well, one of them sacrifices sleep, but we're gonna fix that part. But they know the importance of sleep and being healthy as far as what they eat. So it's a everybody has to be involved, unfortunately. Yeah. But I don't think kids should be going one-on-ones at practice right now. Because hey man, you mess around and lose a kid and you part of a program, and that kid's a varsity player, nah, you in trouble. Yeah.
And I know Mike always stresses hydration too, getting the proper hydration, and that's important. I know Mike always touches on that.
Clarify when you said one-on-ones for the audience.
1v1s is again just what it is. One kid's playing defense, and I'm trying to play offense.
Okay, I wanted you to clarify because I don't want people to think you're talking about like a trainer and a private.
No.
Because I don't want anybody to misinterpret.
1v1s is.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah, little Eric and little Mike being at the gym together, and instead of them doing like pick and rolls, maybe playing more offense and one playing a soft defense, whereas though he's not really going 100%. That's the one-on-ones you want to prevent. You want to not have.
And the crazy part is the reason you want to prevent it. This gonna sound backwards. Because to do a 1v1 and ask a kid not to go hard is exactly when an injury is gonna happen.
That's what's gonna go. Yeah, exactly.
So I just want to make sure I let the people know why.
The defender gonna be sagging off, goofing around, not being serious, running to the kid, knees hit, and then cause, just again, a lot of things go wrong every time. Ankle be sprained because the kid's not trying hard, because he's gonna say, well, coach, you told me not to go hard. So for me, I just eliminate all that. Like, for our practices, we are not allowed to have any kind of, hey, nope, it's contact, get it out. That drill goes. The drill goes away right away. Now, we do some, like, we got a drill that we have where the kids are dribbling the basketball. I picked it up just past summer. The kids are going forward with the basketball. The kids are playing defense with the basketball. So they're playing defense by moving backwards and crossing the ball, but they're using the basketball still. And the other kids trying to beat them side to side.
Right.
It's about a little drill, but again, no contact is involved.
Right.
There's not ever any contact in any of our drills.
Right.
The closest contact drill that we do is our shell. That's the closest to contact where everybody touching, running out, and then box. You know what I'm saying? That's the closest, but it's not like a airborne. It's a just a
can't jump up.
Right. That's the closest to contact until when a coach pulls a plug and says, "Hey, let's get them rest." Hey, coach, too easy. You got it. See y'all in February, or y'all come shoot some free throws.
Right.
Too easy.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, because that's. I think the reason I'm thinking about it is because the season's upon us.
Yes.
And the schedules for these kids gets a little bit hectic, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're playing at least twice a week. Varsity sometimes more than twice a week, given these preseason tournaments and stuff. And then you got your studies. You got school. You're there 8 hours at school. You got homework. You got tests. So it's very easy for a kid to sacrifice on the sleep. It's very easy for a kid to fall into bad nutrition habits. Maybe not taking care of their body, not doing that stretch right before bed. To get stretched up. It's very easy for them to forget that. So it's very important for us to keep reminding them.
Yeah, I'll let the high school coaches and my players pretty much determine once September hits, hey, we have this available. Find out from your coach what they want.
Right.
If coach says, hey, it's okay, go ahead and get these last sets of games, cool. Coach says no, hey, just come and get shots.
Yeah.
Just providing, just having a home. I want the players to know that even during this time, you still have a home. Hey, coach, can I come up on Wednesday? Absolutely. Go make 100 free throws on a gun and then make 100 free throws without the gun.
Right.
Just come, absolutely, because you still want to see your guys, and so that's what it is for me. And I'm not gonna tell you any lies. And then I get to still do my grade checks and just touch base, get a hand on them. We did grade checks the other day. I don't have a single player with anything below a B, and so I was excited as hell to see that with my 28s and my 29s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a delicate deal. But I love when a kid wants to come and get extra because, that's the first thing, like I said, we ask them, what are you doing outside of mandatory school time? Are you getting anything extra? Because they do need a little bit extra. Just a little bit, not a lot. They need a little bit.
Definitely.
Well, it's just like when you have math, right? Math is a very important subject, right? It's one of the cores to a lot of things we do, right? So with that being said, if I'm struggling in math, what do I go do?
Go see your tutor.
Exactly. So to me, I don't understand why we don't use sports the same way. If I want to improve my ball handling, why am I not seeking to get my ball handling skills up?
Man, but I still have yet in life to do anything with a quadrant. From graphs and inverse operation, I'm just saying. I ain't come across nothing in life where X got to equal Y.
Oh, so no. See, that is not true. That is not true. That is not true, Mr. I ain't gonna put your business out like that. But again,
man, you can please let everybody know I'm in middle school and got math all the way to K through 12.
You mean you don't use quadratics to teach your players how to put the proper arc on the ball?
Hell no.
Come on, man.
Hell no.
What are we doing? We're failing these kids.
Anyway, it's just one of those things. I think that's why I always say invest in your kids. Just yesterday I had a chance to talk to Coach Van Landeham from Uncommon, And of course, you know, he has a business, and everybody has to understand that. And he's trying to help as many kids as he can. But again, his formula and his process, it works. It works, and his little things he's doing, that's a good investment. That's a good investment for kids to help with their, especially if you're a senior. And he said it best: if you're a junior and a senior, and you want to have more opportunities for colleges to look at you, come check them out.
I ain't gonna lie. I stole 2 drills from him.
Yep, the drills are legit.
Look, I'm not gonna
drills
lie.
Are legit.
Our sniper Logan, one of them drills, and I stole another one from Coach Van Landerham. Sure did. Thanks, Coach.
Nah, Coach on the right, but at the same time, I think everybody understands once basketball season starts, there's no more, basketball for high school.
You know what's funny?
What's
Man,
that?
check this out. I can't make this.
Uh-oh, we going there already?
Can I just insert one because it's with the flow?
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
I can't make this stuff up in regards to the topic at hand. In one of the San Antonio 210 youth groups a couple weeks ago,
Oh, Lord.
this a coach of I guess AAU club, I'm gonna just say a team that's not high school UIL, was looking for a varsity tournament like in November, December.
Oh.
And so I go in and I'm like, hey coach, with all due respect, high school basketball is in full swing. I don't know how much success you're going to have. Man, don't you know 3 minutes later, a tournament director came in and was like, we're going to have something on this weekend. Just PM'd you. I'm sitting there, and I'm reading this to myself. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like I had a team from Canada that wants to come down
Really?
during the Christmas break, right? And I'm like, look, I'm not gonna have a tournament, but I have a hell of a relationship with high school coaches. Let me find out if anybody's interested in getting some, scrimmage type work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's still pre-district and all that. They might want to get some work in, but I can say this on air. I'll be damned if any of the tournaments that the Sportsplex runs is gonna have anything JV or varsity come. I'm not. I'm just not. Oh, Mike, what about the kids that didn't make it? Nah, man, because I'm not getting ready to try to decipher who the hell's on their team, who not on their team, what coach done tricked this kid into coming and playing, and what kid parent in on top of where their kid is at during that day, and something happened. I got to answer something to a coach on why I had that division. Nah, I don't want that headache of smoke. No.
I don't blame
I
you.
refuse.
I don't blame you. I mean, that's club basketball 101. Your high school boys are
That's
varsity
just it,
guys.
though. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand when kids are playing, they're trying to, in their mind, make them better because that's why they haven't played a lot of meaningless games during high school season. Whereas though, and I'm not going to fit, I give credit all to my guys at SA Future. They were the ones who told me and taught me, hey, once high school season starts, there is no basketball for high school. So, fall ball, and so I got the idea. You know what? September 1st, I shut off everything high school-wise. I'll still train. I'll still invite kids to the gym and say, hey, come on, let's go get some shots up. But again, it's not mandatory. It's not to say, hey, you have to do it. But again, I don't do any. I make sure I stayed away from that. And we started that about, when James and them got into high school. So definitely 5 years ago, when they were all, that's when I met Coach Van Landerham. I was like, man, I need to get some stuff for my guys to do while they're in between them. Mm-hmm. And then I invited him to a gym session one time, and he got work with the boys, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And then I met Coach Pittman Kennedy, and that was a wrap then. I gave him to him. I was like, hey, here's your training from this point forward.
Dr. Coach.
Well, in this capacity, it's Coach. Yeah, I didn't want to. That's weird to call him that. Yes, he is a doctor. But to call him Dr. Coach is just weird to me. But yeah, he is. He is Dr. Coach Pittman Kennedy. And again, I think he does a phenomenal job, but just enough people don't see what he does on a regular. And then once he sits still for a second, we got to get him to sit still.
That ain't going to happen.
Because he just came back from Liberia.
Look,
He just came back. No, seriously, he just came back this week. Yeah, he's
ain't gonna happen.
He's doing some big things over there in Liberia. That's where his home is. You know, that's where he was born. So I get it. But once we can get him to sit still for a little bit, I'm trying to re-implement that blueprint again, what we had. Because again, he does a great job, and the great part about it is, guess what? He doesn't want to coach kids. So guess what it does?
It's safe.
Yes. It doesn't allow you to, well, he gonna steal my kid. No, he not, because he's not coaching.
It's just like Coach Van Lanningham. Could you imagine if them two ever linked up?
Oh man.
Could you imagine that?
Oh man, that would be awesome, them two to link up.
His passion, his desire. I love when he get real excited and that real Congo start coming out. Man.
Liberia, not Congo. Siberian.
Only reason I say Congo because one of my old players is Singalembes. You know, they somewhere in that area.
They were homeboys. Yes. I remember. So no, I just, but again, you're absolutely right. But again, it goes back to the investing in your kid and what you're trying to do. Because once you start investing, you know, to hear some of the new things that's coming over to the Sportsplex, the actual recovery center. To hear that, it's like, wow, man, you know, that's gonna be a real one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna fib to you. Follow through will should and will have the upper hand on a lot of programs because
for the ones that understand and appreciate all the value that goes into it.
Exactly.
Not everybody not everybody gets it.
And then you know what? Then that hey, it's just like I always say about Pro Skills. I know we're expensive. I'll say it on there. Hey, I know our numbers are there, but at the same time, because you're paying for the name. You're paying for the name. I'll say it out there. You're paying for the name, but you want to get your value. You're gonna get your value. Same thing. You're gonna get your value. Think about it. If I'm going to the gym to do my basketball training on Mondays and Wednesdays, all right, Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I can use my Tuesdays and Thursdays to get extra training in at a good price. Oh, by the way, we have recovery. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, there's value.
Come on, man.
For those that don't see the value.
I'll give you one even better. You go to practice on Monday and Thursday.
Oh, so I got 2 days. I got a full 2 days in between?
You don't even got to use the 2 days in between. There's additional on those same Monday and Thursday where you can get it all in them 2 days.
Come on, man.
I'm going to just stop right there.
Come on, man. Stop it. Cut it out. You give me time both days.
Bruh. Man.
So now so if I'm a parent, drop him off on Monday, know he's going to get 2 workouts for the price of 1 on Monday. I got Tuesday to make sure I take care of all my schoolwork and everything he got. I got Wednesday, do the same thing, chores, get on some kind of routine. And then on Thursday, we back at it again?
Can't make this stuff up, Coach.
Come on, man. It's called time management, parents. I don't understand.
No, it's not even.
No, it is.
No, it's not even time management. It's just, it's an I word that you've been using a lot lately.
Invest.
Understanding what it is. When you start talking club basketball, when a coach is at a team for over a year, there's growth and development. There's levels and lanes. So, me, just director follow through, which I want to point something out on air. For those of you that may get things misunderstood, I am not the owner, nor do I have any percentage of ownership. I have nothing to do with ownership at Alamo City All-Stars. I just represent that building. All I am is the director of basketball. Not owner, director. Yes, I set up leagues and manage the leagues and set up tournaments and manage tournaments, and I am the director of follow-through. Now, follow-through, I am the owner, but follow-through does not own Alamo City All-Star Sportsplex. That belongs to the lovely Edward Dahl. I want to make sure that everybody out there understands and knows that differential.
And
now, back to what I was saying. So as director of follow-through, when you have teams that have been together, you have to start moving them from, okay, how can we get them to the next level? How can we get them to this next lane? And so you provide these opportunities. Some folks see it, some folks don't. And it leads back to something we talked about a long, long time ago. not every club is for every player. Not every player is for every club. And so, invest. Oh man, some folks really don't understand the privilege of being in that sportsplex. Like, I wish I could show clubs that are searching for gyms, clubs that are practicing outside, clubs that are literally changing their practice venue every week, changing their practice days every week, trying to get in and fit in where they can. Oh man,
I've been there. I've been there.
Well, I've been on both sides. I was at the Sportsplex. I was at Trinity for a while, and then once I left both places, I realized how rough it is out there in the streets. Pro Skills is fortunate to have a location, but again, when you start multiplying and having multiple teams, hey man, you gotta find gym space. A 1-court facility can only give you so many hours in the week. I'm sorry. I did the math.
Gym space is
I did the math, okay?
Gym space is gold.
So Trinity alone has 2 baskets. And at most, that's only 2 teams, okay? You can't be that program with a 2-court deal and got 4 teams in there. It can't be done. It's just, again, now if you got 6 baskets, that's different. If you only have 4 baskets, that's different. But if you only have 2 baskets, at most, you can only have 2 teams in there. You can have 10 kids on one side, 10 kids on the other side. Anything over the number 11 for each team, you have a problem. Yes, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of standing around and wait time. Because you only got 1 basket, guys. So I got 11 kids to do 1 drill. I'm just doing the math. So again, I've been on both sides. Now, knowing what the Sportsplex have right now, and then still being at Trinity right now. Hey man, if you think the cost is too much, or you trying to count them dollars, they do have a lot of. They have a lot of outdoor courts. And I talked to someone yesterday about that. Hey man, if you that program, take them outside. Take them outside. I just can't do it medically. I can't be outside for long hours like that. So for me, I can't. So I'm going to continue to pay whatever the Sportsplex wants me to pay, whatever the Trinity wants me to pay in the YMCA. I'm just saying.
I hate to love our Wednesdays, so I'm gonna help my man Rich out. He had some heat on him last week, so let me.
You gonna bring heat to you today?
Gonna bring the heat.
Bring it back.
You bring heat back over there.
He wants to relinquish it, so let me embrace it and accept it and welcome it. You said something just now, my brother, that I disagree with. You said
you disagree.
You said if you're that program, go outside. Nah, I'm not moving my program.
No, I'm telling you.
Yes. If you're that parent that can't understand it, you can go outside or go see yes. That other grad.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I can sleep at night because I truly know that everything that we're doing is for the betterment and the advancement of those kids. Some parents, well, let me not say some, the majority, I will openly admit, the majority of our parents get it. And there are a couple that don't. You want to know something? I'm okay with that. You want to know why? Because if a parent leaves follow through, I'm going to tell you what they're not going to say. They're not going to say we stole money from them. They're not going to say their kid didn't get opportunity. They're not going to say it wasn't consistency. And as long as them 3 things ain't being said, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I'm just saying that's what the parent said. The parent was like, "Hey man, we can go outside." Yeah, exactly. Go outside. Hey, listen, I've been here on year number 10. I'm just saying. I tried it in the beginning. I did. I was again, we were Sharks. Hey, money wasn't what it was supposed to be. So hey man, we had to do a few outside sessions. And I told them, looked them in the face, and said, listen, Italy can't do that. He has to be inside the gym. Moving forward, I found us a gym every week. And I made it consistent. I am not that outside guy.
Yeah.
And again, and then I'll just go as far as medical reasons don't allow me to go outside. So I'll be outside for long terms like that. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm just bullshitting. I'm spoiled. I'm not going outside.
Anyway.
It's 2020. I'm not going outside.
Anyway.
There's something nice about having a gym, right?
Yes,
that's what it is.
Well, no, but that's just it, though. There's a lot of gym opportunities, but then it becomes a cost. And like I always say, hey man, you know, this is a business. We started off saying that this is a business. I'm cringe, making them cringe. I got to.
Yeah.
This is a business, and so when you sit there and I know you're paying dues, the dues got to match your gym. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Dues got to match your gym.
I wouldn't cringe because of that.
That's what I'm gonna say.
See, y'all done got me started today.
No.
This is what we're trying to do. We
okay,
want to get you started.
okay.
All right.
This is my final
thoughts, and then we gonna.
Man,
move
this ain't
on.
final thought. This
No. It's a final of this.
Yeah.
We gonna move on.
Can't make this issue up. You complain about the sports place, complain about the prices. You say you want to do your own thing to get your own money, but then you call the sports place to rent the gym.
I'm not. Got your microphone on. I ain't paying attention to none of that. Hey, let's move on to the next topic. Real quick.
You put your mic down because you already knew I was going with that. We didn't had that conversation online. You already know I was going with that. That cracks me up, Richard Daly. We're gonna pick on Richard Daly.
Listen.
You leave the sports place, complain. You leave the sport, want to do your own thing, want to get your own money. Only to come back to try to rip the sports place.
I just want to say thank you.
Stop it.
For doing what you do, because at the end of the day, we can all disagree. But you're doing a great service, and you're helping these young people become better. That's what I'm gonna give you. Oh, excuse me, wrong hand. I'm gonna give you homage to that, okay? No matter how I feel about y'all trying to find y'all practice times, y'all continue to do what you're doing.
Right.
You're doing a great service, okay? So please continue. And I'm not taking shots at you. I'm just saying, again, just stop calling him looking for gym space after you say you don't need a sports place. Okay, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
but
that.
Hey, let's change gears one time.
I'm gonna change it because I want to. He doesn't want to pat himself on the back. I'm gonna pat him on the back.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I saw the rule changes he posted on Facebook for the tournaments for the sportsplex. I've always said that the format of your games in your tournaments are the best because of the 4 quarters, the stop clocks. I mean, you get a lot of bang for your buck at the tournaments at the sportsplex, and I want to say, hey. I think you're one of the only ones that's doing it, or if not the only one that's doing it that way. I appreciate the tournaments at the Sportsplex because I feel like our boys do get something out of it because at a lot of tournaments, you start a game and 30 minutes later it's over because that running clock and but you guys actually put up a quality product at the Sportsplex. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pat your back even if you're not gonna pat your own.
I appreciate it, but I mean, I've got to give those kudos to the tournament coaches and club directors out there because I ask questions like, "Hey guys, like," so when Tom first handed me these keys, and I'm talking about keys of running tournaments, remember I don't own any part of that building. I'm talking about keys of running tournaments, and he started giving me the knowledge. I started having conversations with coaches like, what would you want to see different? What would make a tournament better? And a lot of coaches a couple years ago had the same impression of, oh, you guys are just money grab, but we got to play. It's just a money grab. What makes it a money grab? And the running clock was one of the number one things. And so, you talk to enough of them and met in the middle. Now, we still do running clock situations, but for 5th grade and below.
Right.
Okay. Those guys are still growing, developing. Don't get me wrong, there are some competitive at times, but for the most part, for the overall, a lot of travels, a lot of carry, a lot of jump balls, and so we can get away with the running clock situations. But for the middle school and for the high school, stop clock. Quarters. Right? Give them a simulation of what they're going to see when they're in middle school playing and when they're in high school playing. The most recent changes was increasing the minute value.
8 minutes in high school, right?
I'm doing 8 minutes for high school.
Fantastic.
I had two coaches after our last event called me and actually text me and was like, hey, another great event as always. Thank you for always accommodating our schedules. But I would like to share something with you if you're open to it. Hell yeah, coach, I'm always open to feedback. Like, what you got? Well, that coach and another coach had the exact same feedback. So I had started doing something where if you were down 15 points at the 2-minute mark at the end of the game, we killed the game and you didn't get the last 2 minutes. Well, enough folks voiced a little concern about it. They understood it, but, you know, they voiced a concern about it. And so for me, I'd rather not hear a concern. I'd rather just make the change. You know what? This is about the 6th time somebody's talked to me like, hey, Mike, why are you doing this? Well, why are you doing this is a real, hey, Mike, I get why you're doing it, but I really don't like it. I just don't want to tell I really don't like it. Hopefully you hear that I don't really like it with me asking you, why are you doing it, right? So I killed that now. And then I increased because, you know, you stop and you think about it. 16-minute running clock is 32-minute game. 6-minute stop quarter is 24-minute game. How can I meet in the middle? You know what? Let's make middle school 7 minutes. That gives them at least 28 minutes. And you know what? Let's go ahead and give high school divisions, you know, 8-minute quarters. You know, I'll change my time format, do everything on the hour instead of 50 minutes because what I don't want folks thinking and having that stigma is that it's a money grab. I want these kids and these coaches that are really out here doing, like Italis gave kudos and shout out to these coaches that are really, really trying to give these kids what they can. You know what? Let me help simulate that for you guys. And so the change was easy. It was a real easy change. More time, more regulation. You know what I'm saying? Not going to kill your last 2 minutes. You can do whatever you need in those last 2 minutes. And so if those little things can keep a few coaches that actually have a rapport with me, a relationship to express that to me, it was easy for me to make that change, DeLeon. It really was. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, you know, I know what these tournament fees are. I know what the gate fees are. And, you know, with the prices increasing again, there's going to be a little bump in the tournament team fee again come 2025. You know what? Let me give you all that I possibly can while you're there with the Sportsplex. So that's what it was about. It was real easy.
Yeah. And it's fantastic. I mean, I've been on that end where we're up by 17, 18 points. And that 2 minute mark, I'm kind of emptying my bench a little bit, trying to get these guys playing time. And then the game gets called because we're up by 17, 18 at 2 minutes. And I never complained about it because it's in the rule book. We know what's in the rule book. So I never complained about it. But I know it was always kind of like, man, I was trying to get these kids some run here, the ones that didn't play as much in the second half or whatever, get them in there, finish out the game. But hey, I love the changes. I think it's going to be fantastic. And like I've always said, now I can't speak for every organization out there. I've always said, if we're improving the product, if we're improving our experience, I don't mind paying extra. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I'm not going to speak for every club out there, but I know if we're going to do the value of our value, up the value at a tournament, why not pay extra? I don't mind. I don't mind. I might be in the minority here, but I don't mind because I want the best product possible. I mean, some of the better tournaments I've played in are, quite frankly, a little bit more expensive.
When it comes to tournaments, I'm bougie. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am. Playing over at the Sportsplex, when I had the 24s, playing under the prep hoops, and last year playing made hoops. I'm sorry. So if you don't have situations like those for us when we play, and for me, I don't know. So I'm really picky. Well, Gasso, no,
automatic.
Yeah. Listen, hey, San Antonio. If you have high school basketball players of any sort, beginners, high level, medium level, JV, varsity, freshmen, you got to play the Gasso. You got to give Blue and those guys your money. You just got to do it. I know I'm probably, like just giving a plug to where though you probably like, oh, but it's too expensive. No, it's not. No, it's not, because the job they do on what they're doing as far as bringing the quality of coaches in the building is worth it. Is worth it. I'm telling you, RCS Sports, they do a great job over there in Houston. So if you want a good quality Houston, go there.
Icebreaker, right?
Well, not just Icebreaker. He He does several, and like I say, since I
But that's the main kickoff one though, right?
That's where you got to be. The kickoff basketball, high school basketball, you got to be there. You got to be there. If you got a club and you want to get your name out there, and you want to go up, and you want to see if you're that team that can beat Houston teams, go there. Because you'll play some Houston teams, and hey, I missed it. We missed it. We were one game short, but winning it all. We went to the championship and we got beat. I can't think of the team name who beat us, but again, that was a great opportunity. Oh, and you play for money too, by the way. It's one of the events that you play for the cash. You know what I'm saying? If you pull it off, but Icebreaker, Gasso, those two outside of here are like two that I've always gave a lot of love to and plugged every year. Pro Skills will be an Icebreaker this March. So,
and
bougie.
Yeah, no, I gotta tell you though. I mean, I've never like the Gassos, like Mike mentioned the Gassos. I mean, I've never left the Gasso. I've never left there complaining about
Facts.
the tournament itself. Never. I mean, I've never left a Gasso saying, "Man, this was a horrible event." No.
And the reason why is because the teams you played. The quality of, and that's what changes, and that's what not allows you to worry about the referees and things like that. You're not so much worried about, because you knew you're playing top quality teams, and they do a great job with the matchups. Like, you know, every now and then you will win your first game. It could be a blowout if you're that quality team, and the team is asking to say, "Hey, I'm moving for the first time to the NBA or to the bracket play," and they move over, they get you in there. You might win one, but after that, you're not getting no blowouts from that point on. If you're that team, because every game is gonna be a quality game.
Every game, yeah.
Every game. So, what's up? What you laughing at?
Thinking about Hagan in that first damn game.
He did. No, hold on. You gotta leave him alone because he admitted to it. He said,
I know, that's why I was laughing, because I was just running the conference through the interview through the head, like,
he did.
because you're talking about moving over, and I'm like,
you got a little jelly. That happened.
It wasn't even jelly. He's a thinker and an overanalyzer. And what even jelly? Because the kid was a swing, wasn't a big.
But
that's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
You heard what he said.
That kid wasn't finna have no bearing. Look, and man,
and that's what I'm saying.
You were there that night. You
said.
literally watched the whole. Because I actually, for the first time, I yelled at Hagan that night. I'm like,
was that the Thursday night?
Yes, I went off on my big fella.
He wasn't even running the floor properly.
Because I told him, I said, the hell we in the first NBA? I went nuts that night.
He did.
But
matter of fact, we didn't even talk. He said, he saw me. I meet you there. Can you meet me in the lobby? I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to meet you in the lobby. We're not supposed to be lobbying at this time. No, I need to talk to you. You need to meet in the lobby.
That lobby at the Garden Inn, if those walls could talk, huh?
Exactly.
But again, kudos, like I told him, because the next 4 games that he had during the end of that damn tournament. But oh my God, what a night he picked to decide to analyze stuff.
But again, let's shout out to the Gasso for having a great game.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. We got everything we wanted.
I mean, I know in that same tournament, like I said, we battled every single game. And
because y'all played right before us.
Right, we lost by 2.
Right. I remember.
Lost by 2, and we played to the very end. I mean, that's one thing about my group with my premier team is you never count us out.
That's what it is.
You never count us out.
Yeah,
I mean, we show up to the Gasso, and I don't know if we're just not scared or we're not smart. I don't know, but we don't have any fear. Maybe we just don't know enough to have any fear. But my boys go out there and just play. And
coach. Yeah, that's all makeup. I mean, any premier team that's playing in Gasso prep, it's a culture. Is that you're never going to go away. Like a 13-point lead, a 17-point lead, it ain't over. Like they're not going away.
Yeah. And that Thursday night because you guys played right after us on that same court, we were actually down by 15.
Yes, and like 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then we're down. Now it's tied up. Yeah, now it's tied up, and then we ended up losing by 2.
That's not bad.
So I mean it's against the Dallas team. So I mean our boys we try to just walk in the gym and it's just basketball. And that's, like you said, it's culture. I mean, we're going to go out there and just give it what we got. So
I love when we walk in the gym and they ask where we're from. I'm like, yes, they don't know who we are. Like, I get excited when they ask me that question. Like, yes, y'all didn't do no scouting. Y'all have no idea what's coming. Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Well, look, on the tackle question, our guy G hit me up a long time ago, and I never got around to answering these questions. So he said, what are some things that a parent can do to take an active role in their child's basketball journey without being a helicopter's parent? So without being that parent who's just hovering over everything and trying to control everything, what's a good way that you guys say this? You're still active, you know what's going on, but you're not trying to control every minute.
the I word, y'all have been talking about the I word. That's the biggest thing a parent can do. Invest in their kids.
So but
There's another one for me.
go ahead.
Guide and support. And I'll share this with you, G Money, and others, whoever's watching. I have a 8th grader, and with my 8th grader and with any of my sons, I don't force them to play basketball. I tell them, if you want to do it, we'll do it. So when I say guide and support, I give what you're going to need. And this is because I lived it, I done it, I did it. Here's what you're going to need. I'm not going to push you. I'm not going to remind you. Because it's got to come, in order for this to work, it's got to come from you. Now, when it comes from you, I will happily invest, I will happily support, and I will get everything that you need to get done in order to be successful. But it's going to come from you. Once I lay out the plan, and I'll give you, for example, G Money, I gave my son a workout plan. March, hey son, where's your workout plan? Oh, I didn't do it. April, hey son, where's your workout plan? Oh, I didn't do it. May, June, July, August, September, never did anything on his workout plan. So I get an email, CP3 camp. I'm not taking you to CP3 camp. You haven't done crap in the last 7 months. The hell am I going to take you to the CP3 camp for? So all you can do is provide, guide, and then support. Because the ages of Logan and Noah, if they ain't hungry right now, you forcing it ain't going. All it's gonna do is make y'all butt heads and hate each other. It's got to come from them. When it comes from them, then it becomes fun, because now they're coming to you, and now it's not being forced. Now, some will say, Mike D, you're crazy. How can you say that with the dad that you had? Because of my kid's 28 and going through a life crisis, I want my kid to still love me enough to be able to call me. I don't give a damn about this basketball. I still got to have a father-son relationship, so I'm not going to force it. I'm going to provide, going to talk, and let them do what they do. That's all I got. I'm shutting up.
My 2 cents, real quick. I treat it like school. The same way we want our kids to be student scholars, I'll treat the same way. Whatever program or whatever coaches is coaching them, that's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm making sure, okay, hey, what does he need to do at home? What do you want me to echo what you're saying, so I make sure I take him home and those things are said? Because what I want to do, if I'm not coaching, I got to make sure whoever I trust is the coach, is the one making sure that they're feeding them and educating my son or my daughter to be the best player they can be. And then at the same time, then I'm going to find me a trainer to help build my child's confidence towards though they think they can do anything. Because you can say what we want to say. At the end of the day, we're building confidence in a kid to make them believe that they're the best at whatever they're doing.
Right.
They're going to run into some problems, and then I'm going to teach them, and the last thing I'm going to teach them how to deal with and overcome obstacles. And then once you have them overcome those obstacles and make sure they understand that, then that relationship of that parent is not the helicopter parent. Because now it's a concerned parent, the same way you would be in school, the same way you would be in if they go to church or any other activities outside. You know, that's what we're missing. That's what I believe we're missing. A lot of parents want to get in there and they do become that helicopter parent, and they want to overdo. They want to overstep the bounds. Again, hey man, get those other two things. And then if you can't find, that's why I always say, we have a saying, it's a village. It takes a village to raise a child. And I believe that.
Yep.
So if I'm one of your coaches, hey man, you got to trust me. If you can't trust me, then hey, it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm at a point now in this whole basketball realm we're all in. I don't get mad anymore. I used to get my feelings hurt and understand why you leaving and all that. And no, man, here, let me help you out. There's a lot of good programs out here. Like I say, I just need 10 guys that want to run through the wall for me.
Right.
If I can get 10 to do that, hey, let me be that part. But if my son was playing right now, that's how I would do it, to prevent myself being a helicopter parent. Right. To where as though, hey son, if then my son have any problems, my daughter has any problems with that coach, hey, go talk to your coach. Especially if they're old enough. Because what part of the relationship of the coach and player is being built if you're the one always interjecting?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm just going to have those small conversations. Hey, coach, who we need? What we doing at home? How many shots we need to put up? This, that, and the other. And then with that trainer, same thing. Hey, I need him. Hey, at school, coaches told me this, and this. This we need to be doing. Hey, I need him shooting better. I need him understanding the reading of the defense and the offense and all that. That's just my take.
Yeah. Now read the question again to me. I want to hear the question again, because I'm answering it in my head. I just want to make sure I'm answering it right.
All right, hold on. Let me find it. He asked this a long time ago. All right, here we go. He said, "What are some things parents can do to take active role in their child's basketball journey without being a helicopter parent?"
Okay. So once you check off all the boxes, like Mike was saying, it's got to come from the player first, right? You can't force it. It's got to come from them. They're going to want it. Once your kid checks off all the boxes that you guys were talking about, I think one of the most important things is to make sure that your kid is in the right type of program. And what I mean by that is there are programs that are hyper ring centric. I don't even know if that's a word, but they want rings. That's what they want. They love.
Did you say hyper ring centric?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm making up words now. I'm making up words.
I thought he was chilling today.
I thought he was too.
No. This is facts right here, right? And you both know this. You can go and join a team that wants to win rings every weekend, and they don't mind playing against lesser competition, just as long as they get that ring and they get to take the pictures all like this and all that. That's fine. But if you know that your kid wants more and wants more of it, you need to find a program that's going to look for the smoke, so to speak. Go to get to an organization where you're going to be playing against that competition to get better. Go to the Gassos. Go to those big tournaments like y'all were talking about. Because I can tell you one thing. For my 2026s, they started the spring off with some local tournaments here. And there were some varsity tournaments here in San Antonio too that they won. They actually won. They won the rings and all that. But it wasn't until they were finding that smoke throughout the late spring and through that summer time, the live periods and stuff, where we played up. And I got to tell you, those kids were happier and more fulfilled with playing that top talent, that top competition, and maybe not coming home with a championship, but knowing that you got better. And by the time my kids ended their summer season at the end of July, there's no doubt that each and every player on that team got better. So if you want to guide your players and not be a helicopter parent, the only thing I can say is you find the right organization. You find them a follow-through, find a premier, find whoever it is, a pro skills. You find whoever it is that you know is going to put him in a position to be challenged. And I'm not saying to succeed, to be challenged. These kids need the adversity. They need to get better. I was so happy at tournaments where we came back 2 and 3. And I was more fulfilled by those tournaments because every kid learned how to fight, they learned how to scratch, they learned how to claw, and they got better. Rather than playing in a tournament where, hey, we might be playing against 3 teams that are playing up that have no business in this division, and we won a ring. How can you be happy with that? That's my take right there. Put him in an organization where you know they're going to push him to those limits. That's where I'm going to take it.
That's fair. Well, anyway, we got to finish. You got to lock it up. Stop laughing, because I know. Hey, Rich.
No,
you've been doing it.
I'm laughing because he triggered me, but I'm going to behave today.
And I just said I wasn't going to get in trouble.
I know. That's what I said.
I was going to join him. I was going to join him on the trouble wagon, but I'm not.
Rich, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. To me, as you go into, and this is because, I came out of a week here where my mom, I'll share it with these gentlemen. My mom had a stroke, and one thing that I know my colleague all the way to the left over there, Mike, has stressed is taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your mental health, all that stuff. Being in the hospital with my mom this past weekend and stuff, I know the doctor and when we had our follow-up appointment yesterday, the doctors always say, you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your body. Don't worry about just taking care of your mom. Take care of yourself too. Okay? And as y'all get into this and that's why I brought up the stretch. We talked about stretching. We talked about that earlier. Because we get into basketball season at the school, it's going to be a grind. And like we said, you play 2 times a week. You got homework. You got finals. You got papers. Diet can easily go to the wayside. Getting your rest, getting your sleep, doing your stretching, hydrating. You can forget about all those things. And I know, Mike, you have a player that had some health issues over the summer. And we just have to help our players care about themselves. As a player, you have to care about yourself. And you got to take care of yourself. Because it is a grind, and it's stress-filled. If you're playing in high school ball, it's going to be stress-filled. You got to take care of yourself. And it hit home. All those times Mike has said it over the last couple months, over this past weekend, it hit home to me that, hey, you got to take care of yourself, your health, your mental health especially. Because mental health is very, very, very important. And if you feel like you're having mental health issues or something, reach out to somebody, reach out to a friend, reach out to us. I like I tell these guys, man, like Eric, Mike, if you ever need anything, you call me. That's my final thought.
Mike?
Couple final thoughts. Student athlete. Grades are the most important thing of this ordeal. If you're a club team, have that relationship with your players and your parents that when you call for grade check, you get grade check. In clubs, if a student is not taking care of their student part, there should be no club piece. Go ahead and get them in that mindset now, because when they get to 7th grade, 8th grade, high school, can't play sports without that student piece, right? It matters. Losing on the scoreboard, celebrate those lessons the same way you celebrate the W's. Success comes from failure, and failure isn't final. That's all I got.
As crazy as it is, I don't have a final thought this week. And then because I'm just, and right now, I'm living my best life. And I just want to thank you guys for being a part of the Super Sports Media family and helping me elevate where we're going. Like seriously, I thanked Chad last week. I gave him his flowers. I want to give both of you your flowers, because every week you change your schedules to make sure they fit what I'm trying to do. And again, like I always say, the platform doesn't belong to me. The platform will forever belong to Central Texas and San Antonio, and for the kids that we're trying to make sure we give an opportunity to just be seen. So I thank you. I mean it. I thank you.
Can I give the final thought for you?
Well, I just gave one, but go ahead. You want to give another one? You like to do that. Go ahead.
Rich always talks about being kind. It doesn't cost a dime.
Don't steal his
I'm
saying.
not.
to sign us off, okay.
It doesn't. But I was gonna drop some bars. See, Rich talks about being kind. It don't cost a dime. You can't get time back. Understand how important and valuable time is, folks. You know.
Thanks. Well,
Hey, well, I guess we got to do it now. You know,
go ahead.
be kind to one another. It doesn't cost a dime, and you know what else doesn't cost a dime? Liking, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. That doesn't cost a dime
He
either.
found a way to slide that in.
Yes,
I like
sir.
Because he gets on me every time.
Yeah,
Hey, look.
that doesn't cost.
That's
a dime.
that's his ticket right there.
That is.
That's his ticket right there.
I'm a bargain shopper.
Yes, hey, man, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But again, we thank you again, and we're gonna have a great show. Looking forward to next week because we have a lot of great things going on this weekend. And also be sure to check out all our interviews. Check them out. Signing off.
I know.